Welcome to Manga. I am Agent Manga, and I've been really meaning to get to this video. Let's go, Record of Ragnarok. Woohoo! Now, just getting off that start, I would like to let off like a few theories for like the last chapter, like all the theories I gained, like the ones around Zero, who will like already have like an entire video about who I think will be replacing Buddha. I'll have it, I think, up in the thumbnail, like right, I think it's there on the video, might be the other side, I'm sorry. Now, Zero. This guy seems really, like, I see a lot of people mainly on Buddha's side. I'm going to get with that. I think that people are kinda underhyping Zero, because I feel like Zero is definitely going to be one of the top, most powerful beings in the verse, because you had Bishamonten, who, it didn't say the 7 lucky gods, it didn't say Zero, it just said Bishamonten on the list, so Bishamonten is more powerful than Hermes and Ares. Just straight up, he's more powerful than those two. Just like Bishamonten alone, he's strong enough to be on the list. So, by himself, I'm pretty sure if Buddha hadn't changed sides, Bishamonten, just himself versus some random opponent. But no, it is Buddha. So, yeah, clearly Bishamonten couldn't take it on, and why do people, I've seen people just downplaying Zero. Like, I feel like this guy might be even more powerful than, say, Buddha, but Buddha will win because he uses intelligence, and he is insanely strong. Like, this guy might be able to rival Zeus and all that. And that's like my problem. Like, people underestimate Zero. Like, like the 7 lucky gods are the executioner squads of heaven. They are meant to deal with people who go against the gods, beings of insane power. They probably did fight against the Jotun. They probably take down like gods that have a chance of defeating. Like, I say the other 7 lucky gods, they are lower rank, but still Bishamonten is still a pretty powerful god. But I believe Zero might be one of the most powerful characters in the series, and people are just underhyping Zero. I want to see how badass this guy is. He gives off like this Kid Buu chaotic destruction. Like, I don't think Buddha is clear. He can think and fight smart. I think Buddha's still gonna win this fight, but I feel like Zero is way downgraded. I feel Zero is insanely strong. He might be the Kid Buu of the series. In fact, I mentioned that he's very similar to Kid Buu. Like how Bishamonten fused with the other 7 gods. That was very Buu-like. I called that, and I feel like he is just chaotic destruction. Zero. He is not a. And plus, I mentioned in the video, I think that a cool way to like hype up Zero is that just by his existence, he makes national disasters. And I brought up the point of like Pompeii, Atlantis, and like the famine that happened when Raiden was very young. Like the thing that made Raiden leave his home. That just like him existing could cause that type. And like showing up in the modern day, maybe he could create like the tsunami that like destroyed I get the event, but that big tsunami, earthquakes, like big events throughout human history, like calamities. Maybe when he first was born, like that could have been like the extinction of the dinosaurs. Like that could easily hype this guy up. Like, I still think Buddha is top tier, but nobody's seen, like, if Zero, I'm pretty sure people, like, look at Animus, like, the god, like, Zeus and Poseidon's older brother. He probably was a very powerful god, and I bet that, like, beings like him probably show up every once in a while thinking that they can take... I'm saying that Adamus was probably on par with, well, not probably the weakest of the four brothers, but was probably still like a high-ranking threat. Like he could probably, like, I feel like people underestimate the seven. Like Zero, you. I'm gonna stop talking about Zero now, because that was just a rant about my complaints about how nobody gives Zero respect. Like, I still think Brutus is gonna win. Don't make ifs, ands, or buts. I believe Zero is the most powerful. Is not going to win this fight. He is going to lose to Buddha, but I still think, like, it's 60% I think Buddha is gonna win, 40% Zero is gonna win. That is my thoughts, and this fight is so hyped. Now, to the other parts of the chapter. I would like to talk about Loki. Like, my thoughts on the future of the series is when Loki's fight shows up. Like, I feel like Loki is going to be a total douche and just turn into like the other fighters, like just talk shit about everybody who on the human side. If like all the dead guys, like he could show up as Lubu. Like I can see this going on. Like say, oh look, I'm Lubu. Like disrespect these guys. Like Adam, like just disrespect these guys. And if Buddha loses this fight, like then I actually do want Buddha to lose this fight just to see the consequences. And I also want Buddha to win the fight. I need to get away from that. Like Loki, I do think will just be a total dick during his fight. Like he will put mind games. Like I want to see Loki's fight. He is going to be a prick. He is going to put mind games. Like a fighter, I could definitely say I want him to fight, although I say it's very unlikely, and people who say that, like I see like Odin versus Leonidas, I would definitely say like Leonidas versus Loki. Like, it's probably not gonna happen, but Leonidas an honorable, like Loki could use that to his advantage and just wipe the floor with Leonidas. If he just, like Loki, I could definitely see him as a manipulated fighter, and I want him to basically see what's happening, because they're building and building to this. And other thing, besides Loki's fight, which the other fight I want to see is Nikola Tesla versus Beelzebub. That is my main thing. I see all these fan fights, and mine is probably never gonna happen. And I just want to see this. I just like it. Now, in the chapter we saw, there's two other things I want to talk about. One is Shiva and Thor. They might be split up, but Thor and Shiva, I believe they are going to switch sides to assist the humans. That's what I believe, and I think Shiva, and here, I think that Thor is more powerful than Odin. That's like my thoughts. Because, and I feel like people overhype Odin, because it's always stated, in fact in this series, that Thor is the most powerful Asgardian god. And I feel like people overhype him. Like I could definitely see like I have another theory that Odin is maybe like a bad guy and he's going to be the big bad of the whole series, and that like a theory I had, like, fuck, that just came to me. That is fucking awesome. I got something else. I'll get back to the Thor and Shiva thing. Like, what if Odin uses the youngest Valkyrie sister to become a Voland and uses that as a weapon? Because I recently watched a video on a guy called Broku. Well, It was a while back with a guy called Brooke who had Odin, who had maybe a Valkyrie becoming a weapon for him, like this overpowered spear in Norse mythology. I didn't really take it on board, but now that I think about it, this legendary spear could be Groom, like the youngest Valkyrie sister. I thought I didn't want her to die. Like, my theory was, like, before Buddha shook everything, I thought that she was going to die, like in the match before Brunhild's. That's like my thought. I thought she was going to die, and I like her. She's a good kid. She just wants to do her best. She wants to protect humanity. She's losing her sisters. She's losing people she cares about. I love her. Brunhild and her are my favorite characters in this series. Well, no wait, Jack. Yeah, this series, like, the best characters. I love Brunhild. She is my waifu in this series. She is best girl. She is the best. I love her. In fact, she's my second favorite character, right behind Jack. Jack, Brunhild, then Adam. Like, Hercules after that. Those, my top three. Jack, Brunhild, and Adam. That would be awesome, and Brunhild, I definitely say, cares about everybody, but she has to be the rock. That's why I love her character. She is the rock of the series. If she feels like if she falters even for a second, everything will fall apart. I love her character. And I think that Odin, I definitely think, is the big bad of the series. He's possibly gonna be aligned with Beelzebub, and I think Beelzebub is like maybe the king of the demons. Like, I was thinking recently, I don't want it to be, but I've kind of accepted that maybe the snake was Lucifer. Maybe Beelzebub, like, replaced Lucifer as one of the high-ranking monsters. Like, he's like a deity, but an evil one. Like, even the Jotun and Titans, they are technically deities, like gods and all that. And like all the demons, like, demons have killed gods, so they could be like in the same family. Like, that's the best way I can explain how the Jotun, like how all these are connected demons, like they're all in the same family. Like how you have like different animal species, like how you have dogs, coyotes, and wolves. All those three, they're branches off of different species. Now, I definitely think that maybe Odin will take Rule, turn her into a spear, and use it as a bowline. Because we have not seen a god with a bowline, because like, it's divine weaponry, but this could be that could be bloody awesome. A god with a bowline, I will. Okay, getting back to Shiva and Thor, sorry about that detour. Shiva and Thor, my boys. I like them both. In fact, during the Shiva versus Raiden fight, I preferred Shiva. Originally, I thought he was a total dick. But Shiva, my boy. He's having his arms healed. That's what I'm assuming is happening. So his arms are getting healed, so he'll be at 100% to fight at the end of the series. So, and Shiva is on my boy's Buddha side. Like, Buddha. Okay, I'm gonna make a ranking video of characters in this series. I'm making that video. It might be a while before I make it, but I'm definitely making it. And Shiva, he is on, and he might even take up sumo. I would love that, like just to see on the skill of Raiden. But I don't know if that would work, since he's a good wild fighter. But I just love to see Shiva like use maybe sumo techniques, just like as a respect to Raiden. Now, I think Shiva and Thor, I think, is more powerful than Odin. There's a statement that he's the strongest. I prefer statements. I didn't like how Yami was more powerful than Stark in Bleach. If you're the number one, you have to be the number one. Titles have to mean something to me. Now, let's see. I think since Mjolnir seems like pretty alright, since it was all swelling and all that, and I think Thor's completely healed. I think he's just like in his own place because he doesn't, and plus we do see him smile like, my boy. I really like this, because both Shiva and Thor, I believe, will maybe take up techniques from both of their opponents. Maybe like Thor might use may use Sky Eater. I think that's what Blue Boo's technique was. Thor using Sky Eater with Mjolnir, that would be an awesome technique. And maybe Shiva using some of Raiden's techniques. Imagine Destroyer Shiva using Raiden's most powerful moves. I would kill to see that. Now, to get on to the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video. Aphrodite. Like, Aphrodite in this series to me is just like, oh yeah, she's a generic fan service character, and yeah, people, I definitely can understand why they complain about her, but if you look at mythology and all the actual images of her from paintings and all that, she's being modest, man, and so is many goddesses in any media. Like, most ancient mythologies of goddesses, modern day ones that look scantily clad, that is them being conservative. Now, although I do want to get to Aphrodite's reaction in the last chapter, which is she was ballistic. Maybe she was banging Buddha? It doesn't sound right, but there's definitely something there. Like, there's something particular, because she seemed to be one of the more angry of them, because I don't know, I don't think she would be banging Buddha, but that might be it. She might be feeling betrayed. That's like one of my lower theories. Maybe she just hates Buddha, but I don't know why, because she seems to have, like, on par with, say, Loki's reaction, who just, there's definitely a past there. Like, I don't know why, because I feel like there's something there. Maybe, I definitely feel like she's going to be one of the evil gods, like she's going to align with Odin and Beelzebub and Loki and all that. And plus, there is the side plot of, I believe, that Hermes is a bad guy. And, there's, the plot to overthrow Zeus. I believe that you can't just introduce that. Like, with Animus, I believe that there is something going on there. Now, that's all I really wanted to talk about, but I'm going to have my eyes on Aphrodite from now on. So, that's it. This is Web Manga. I am Asian Manga. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just need to get this out of the way, and this has mainly been a rant. I think most of it has been about Zero and Buddha. It's just been my theory about the future and a whole bunch of other stuff about Ragnarok. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day, and bye.